Well, okay. Let me. Uh. Games plus demos. No, that's not what we're doing here. Definitely not what we're doing here. There we go. I think I changed the thing. Let me get this link out real quickly. Uh-huh. I'm not ready to play this. I'm really not. Anyway, I'll let some people get into the chat real quickly before I just jump straight in. Oh, Lord, help me, please. Anyway, y'all. Um, we saw D's stream crash, unfortunately. So, I'll pick up with a whole different game. Um, I'm genuinely not ready to get into this. I've seen gameplay of this. I've been scared shitless of this game. Granted, PC was a whole different experience, so I don't know how this is gonna be on console. Um, yeah, I thoroughly apologize. And that's all I can say. Individuals suffering from anxiety, depression, may not have. Ah, fuck, dude. Pooey, what's good, Ryan? Anxiety, depression. Okay, I have anxiety, but we'll do this. Would you like to view detail? No. By playing, you agree that you have noted the game's age rating in your region. You consent to expose of highly disturbing content. What is up, B? Yes, I agree. I am used to seeing bad content. Oh, a little cheery music. I like it. Game is not suitable for children. Can I turn the music down at least? Uh... Okay. My name... Ah, fucking shit. My name is Nate. Yeah. This is something I never thought I'd get into on stream. I'm gonna turn... Can I switch? See an annoying girl running toward me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to anything. To any attention she might draw to herself. D, I'm going into a horror game. That's what I'm doing, man. I'm generally going into a horror game. Like, this shit is disguised as a fucking all, like, lovey-dovey anime game, but this is not. This is not it. That girl is Sayori, my neighbor, and good friend since we were children. You know the kind of friend you'd never see yourself making today, but it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. But if she's going to chase after me like this, I almost feel better running away. However, I just saw an idol in front of the crosswalk and let Sayori catch up to me. It did not like, there's not, any fucking... I might at least put this on auto, because I'm not reading. I know, right? I caught up to you this time. Maybe, but only because I decided to stop and wait for you. You say that like you think about ignoring me. I would have ignored your bitch ass immediately. That's me. Man, fuck you too. I am a mean ass bitch. Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them to think we're a couple or something. Fine, fine. But you did wait for me after all. There's a second game to this? I guess you don't have it in you to be mean even if you want. She did not know the real me. Whatever you say. We crossed the street together and make our way to school. I didn't know that. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with other streets. I didn't get to read all of it! By the way. Hold up. As we draw near the school, the streets become other students making the daily comments. By the way, okay. Have you decided to join a club yet? No. A club? I told you already, I'm not really interested in joining any clubs. I haven't been looking either. That's not true. You told me you would join a club this year. I did. Did I? I'm sure it's possible that I did in one of our mini conversations where I just mostly go along with whatever she's going on about. So he likes to worry a little too much about me when I'm perfectly content just spending my average free time on games and anime. Uh-huh. I was talking about how I'm worried that you won't learn how to socialize your having skills. Hold up. Hold up. This bitch is worried that I won't have any fucking social skills. Just make sure. Them texts are worse than the text in a dragon. He wants you to speed read. Man, I don't know how to fucking speed read. Hold up. You know, text speed. I'm lowering that. I know. I think it would be this. Your happiness is really important to me, you know. Okay, maybe that's too long. And I know you're happy now, but I thought of you becoming a NEET in a few years because you're not used to the real world. You trust me, right? Had I known there was gonna be a lot of reading, I wouldn't have played this game. Don't make me keep worrying about you. Alright, alright. I'll look at a few clubs if it makes you happy. No promises, though. Will you at least promise me you'll try a little? Yeah, I guess I'll promise you that. Sean, I've played visual novels before, but this is something new in my own book. Yay. Right, D? Why do I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her. I guess seeing her worry so much about me makes me want to use her mind a little bit, even if she does exaggerate everything inside of her head. This is literally us with Abby. The school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. So A wants me to check out some clubs. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. That is some shit I actually would do. I never joined clubs in high school though. Hello? Sayori? Zoe must have come into the classroom while I was spacing out. I look around and realize I'm the only one left in the classroom. I thought I'd catch you coming out of the classroom, but I saw you just sitting here and spacing out, so I came in. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed. You don't need to wait up for me if it's going to make you late to your own club. Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought, you know... Know what? Well, that you can come to my club. Say worry. Yeah, I'm changing the fucking auto forward time again. I'm speedrunning this shit. There's no way I'm going to your club. Meanie. Sir is vice president of the literature club. I ain't fucking literate. Not that I was ever aware that she had any interest in literature. In fact, I'm 99% sure she only did it because she thought it would be fun to help start a new club. Since she was the first one to show interest after the one who proposed the club, she inherited the title vice president. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. Yeah, I'm going to the anime club. Come on, please. Why do you care so much anyway? Well... I kinda told the club yesterday I would bring in a new member. And Natsuki made cupcakes and everything. I want some cupcakes. Don't make promises you can't keep. That is so true. I can't tell if Shiori is really that much of an airhead or she's just cunning as to plan all this out. I let out a long sigh. Fine, I'll stop by your club for a cupcake, okay? Yes, let's go. And thus, today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. I dejectedly followed Sherry across the school, upstairs, a section of school. Sherry folded and himself at the classroom door. Everyone, the new member is here. I told you, don't call me a new member. I glanced around the room. Hold up. No, let me open. It's a pleasure meeting you. Hold on. I need a... I need to catch my breath. I'm reading too quickly. Like, I'm generally out of breath when trying to read. Okay. Here we go. Welcome to the Literature Club. It's a pleasure meeting you. Sari always says nice things about you. Seriously, you brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. Ah, Nate, what a nice surprise. Who the fuck is you? Well, I know all these characters, I just don't remember who does what. Welcome to the club. All words escape me in this situation. This club. It's full of incredibly cute girls. This guy might just be a fucking simp. He's worse than I am. What are you looking at? If you want to say something, say it. Sorry. Natsuki? The girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is the one I don't recognize. Hell yeah, Natsuki the GOAT, right, D? She is her. Although I think if I had to pick all of them, I'd prefer the purple hair girl right here. Natsuki is a close second though. Her small figure makes her look like a first-year student. She is also the one who made cupcakes according to Sayori. You can just ignore her when she gets moody. Sayori says that quietly into my ear, then turns back toward the other girls. Anyways, this is Natsuki, always full of energy. And this is Yuri, the smartest in the club. Hell yeah, Yuri! Don't say such things like that. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sarah and Natsuki. Well, it's nice to meet both of you. And it sounds like you already know Monica, is that right? That's right. It's great to see you again, Nate. Monica smiles sweetly. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talked, but we were in the same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic. Basically completely out of my league. That is really out of my league. So having her smile at me generally feels a little... You too, Monica. I wish I had something else here. I don't like reading for female lines. I can't hit high-pitched tones anymore. I would love to, though. Come sit down, Nate. We made room for you at the table so you can sit next to me or Monica. I'll get the cupcakes. Hey, I made them. I'll get them. Sorry, I got a little too excited. Then how about I make some tea as well? I could go for some tea right now. I just finished mine. The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. As Sarah mentioned, it's been widened so that there is one space next to Monica and one space next to Sayori. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room where Natsuki grabs a rep tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand. Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! Whoa. Natsuki lifts the foil off the tray to reveal a dozen white, fluffy cupcakes, decorated to look like little cats. The whiskers are drawn with icing, and little pieces of chocolate were used to make ears. So cute! I had no idea you were so good at baking, Natsuki. Well, you know. Just hurry and take one. Sarah grabs one first, then Monica. I follow. It's delicious. Sarah talks with a mouthful and already has managed to get icing on her face. I turn the cupcake around in my fingers, looking for the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki is quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki. Why are you thanking me? It's not like I... Haven't I heard this somewhere before? Made them for you or anything. I thought you technically did, Sarah said. Well, maybe. But not for, you know, you dummy. Alright, alright. I give up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismiss the conversation. Yuri returns to the table carrying a sweet... carrying a tea set. Maybe this is a game where I need to put on my fucking glasses so I can fucking read. Because I'm struggling to read still. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom? Don't worry, teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? That's real. Having some tea is really nice. I guess. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not true. Insulted, Yuri looks away. I meant that, you know... I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but at least I enjoy tea. That's real. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monica raises an eyebrow and smiles at me. So what made you consider the literature club? I was afraid of this question. Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monica that I was practically dragged here by Sayori. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Sarai seemed really happy here, so that's okay. Don't be embarrassed. We'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? When do we get to darkness? As president of the literature club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. Monica, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You could possibly be a board member for any of the major clubs. Weren't you a leader of the debate club last year? Well, you know. To be honest, I can't stand all the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity, and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. And if it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream. Monica is a really great leader. Yuri also nods in agreement. Then I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out the effort to start something brand new, especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile, but it makes school events like festival that much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, everyone? Yeah! We'll do our best. You know it! Those are some of the most NPC replies I've read all day. Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have really worked hard to find these three. Maybe that's why they were all so delighted by the idea of a new member joining. Though I still don't really know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature. So Nate, what kinds of things do you like to read? Well, Considering how little I've read the past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga. I muttered quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not that much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seemed so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds herself comfort in the world of books, not people. But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. I read a horror book once. I desperately grabbed something that I can relate to at a minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with the rock. Really? I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you, I guess you could say that. But if a story makes me think or takes you to another road, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. Ugh, I hate horror. Horror is actually pretty good. Oh, why is that? Well, Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second. Never mind. That's right, you usually like to write down about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind the last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called "Don't Say It Out Loud." And give that back. Fine, fine. Your cupcakes, your poems. Oh. Everything you do is just as cute as you are. Saori sidles up behind Natsuki and puts her hands over her shoulders. I'm not cute! Natsuki, you write your own poems? Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share sometime? No. Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. Not a very confident writer yet. I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. Preach. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities, and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set up an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. Right, D? She is fucking preaching, dude. That is some realist shit. Also, give me a quick second. I gotta reply to an Instagram text real quickly. Okay. I guess it's the same for Yuri. No, I wanted to read everyone's poems. We all sail in silence for a moment. Okay, I have an idea, everyone. Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monika. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. Then next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. That way, everyone is even. Yeah, let's do it. Plus, now that we have a new member, I think it will help us all get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of the club. Isn't that right, Nate? Monika smiles warmly at me once again. Hold on, there's still one problem. What's that? Now that we're back to the original topic of me joining, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would have joined this club. Sayori may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and I lose my train of thought. All four girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. But I'm sorry, I thought... Nate. Is it bad that as soon as Sayori literally just said Nate, my mind immediately went to Abby's voice whenever we do something that makes her do that to us? Like, for example, us not eating, she'll say our names just like that. You all. I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? That is, if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls. This dude is a fucking simp, dude. Like, I wouldn't write a poem just to spend my time with beautiful girls. Right? He might just be worse than I am. Right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes lighten up. Yes, I'm so happy! Sayori wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey! You really did scare me for a moment. If you really just came for the cupcakes, I would be super pissed. Hey, a cupcake is a cupcake, free food. Then that makes it official. Welcome to the literature club. Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share. Monika looks at me once more. Nate, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Yeah. Can I really impress the class star Monika with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food. Hey Nate, since we're already here, do you want to walk home together? That's right, Sayori and I never walk home together anymore because she's always stayed after school for clubs. Sure, might as well. Yay! Oh god. With that, the two of us depart the club room and make our way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the four crowds. Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course Monica. For real, D. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in a literature club? Perhaps I'll have the chance to go closer to one of these girls. This man really just joined the club to be with these beautiful girls and fucking hopefully get with one. Alright. I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that just starts with writing a poem tonight. It's time to write a poem. Pick a word you think your favorite club member will like. Something good might happen with whoever likes your poem most. Oh. Oh, God. Fuck. I'm not good at writing poems. Massacre. Agonizing. I'm gonna try to go with everything for Yuri. Unending, unending. Horror. What's up, Stacy? Welcome. Disown. Tears. Anxiety. Disarray. Unstable. Frightening. Grief. Ambient. Depression. Suicide. Death. Despise. Climax. Stacy, I am playing. Why did I don't fucking know, man. I saw suicide, I had to do it. Anyway, Stacy. Can we clip that, please? I want to hear how fucking hyped I got again. Anyway, Stacy, I'm playing Doki Literature Club. I got a fucking trophy. I just got a fucking trophy. I'm fucking dead. Hold on, I gotta clip this real quickly. Give me a second. Misfortune. Dark. Tragedy. No, please let me clip it. If I can't, I'll have to go through the fucking VOD and do it. Come on, please. Clip it. I'll go through the VOD, fuck it. Hi again, Nate. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but at least I kept my word. Look, I saw suicide, I got hyped, okay? Well, I'm back at the literature club. I was the last to come in, so everyone is hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, Nate. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Oh, come on. Like he deserved any slack. I bet. Let me download this. Put up copy text. Moldy, yummy pasta. Paisley. What the fuck? I'm gonna download this clip real quickly. Sherry told me you don't even want to join any club this year. And last year too. I don't know if you plan to come here and hang out or what, but if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps your manga collection in the club room. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Manga is literature. It is literature. She has a point right there. Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat. Don't worry, guys. Nate always gives it his best as long as he's having fun. Hold up, I'm just downloading this clip real quickly. Hold up, I'm a mute check. Yeah, I mean, I read manga. I love it. I read light novels too. Much to dismay, I actually do read. Nate always gives his best and he's having fun. He helps me with busy work without me even asking. Like cooking, cleaning my room. How dependable. Sorry, that's because your room is so messy, it's distracting. And you almost set your house on fire one— How the fuck do you almost set your house on fire one time, dude? That's some shit like— That's some shit I would have done. I'm posting this fucking clip on Twitter. Dun, 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 dun. Alright, hold up. The post is— okay, there we go. Alright. Is that so? You two are really good friends, aren't you? D, I'm gonna presume you've played this game before then. If you know, if you're saying not to get the goat and stuff, and you know what she's done, I might be a little jealous. How come? You and Nate can be good friends too. Sayori. As usual, Sayori seems oblivious to the weird situation she put me into. Oh, Yuri even brought you something today, you know. Wait, Sayori. Me? Not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing. I mean, shit, W, man. This is my first time actually ever playing the game. Hold on. What does she get me? What is it? Never mind. I like Yuri. I think like I've never played this game before, but watching like gameplay and seeing screenshots, Yuri was always one of my favorites. Sorry, made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. What do I do? I'm sorry, Yuri, I wasn't thinking. I guess it's up to me to rescue the situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place. So any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy no matter what. Is that so? Yeah, I won't make a big deal if you don't want it to be. Alright. Well, here. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I don't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention even if you don't usually read. And we could, you know, discuss it if you wanted. This is... How would this girl accidentally being so cute? This MC sometimes a dude. I don't know whether or not to like this guy or hate this dude. She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Phew. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's settled in, I expected Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Suri and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more. But at the same time, I would feel bad for distracting her from reading. Don't be fucking scared. Why don't you ask? Like, hey, what are you reading? Like, this dude... It's... This dude's gonna make me fucking crash out with the way he's acting. See, me personally, I would've gone up to her and I would've been like, hey, what are you reading? You know, I'd like to see. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. It looks like the same book she lent to me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Crap. I think she noticed me looking at her. Right? Like, for real. She sneaks another glance at me, and our eyes meet for a split second. But that only makes her hide her face deeper in her book. Sorry. I was just spacing out. I muttered this, sensing I made her uncomfortable. Oh. It's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so... That's the book you gave me, right? Mm-hmm. I wanted to reread some of it. Not for any particular reason. She wants me. Just curious, how come you have two copies of the same book? Well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday... that's not what I meant. I mean... I just happened to buy two of them. I see. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decided to let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story. Is that so? What's it about anyway? Well... Yeah, he is hashtag noticing. Yuri closes the book and scans her eyes over the back. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. Hold on, I'm about to look this up. I want to see if this is an actual book. Cause that sounds like a real title. Portrait of Markov. There's like fan art and stuff of it. People made stuff for it. But it's just a game only thing, okay. There's an ominous looking eye symbol on the front cover. Alright. I just wanted to make sure I didn't accidentally give anything away. Yeah, I'm sure this game will do that. It's not for people with anxiety or depression, it says. And I have anxiety, so... yeah, this won't be good for me. Basically, it's about this little girl in high school who moves in with her long-lost younger sister. But as soon as she does so, her life gets really strange. She gets targeted by these people who escaped from a human experiment prison. And while her life is in danger, she needs to desperately choose who to trust. No matter what she does, she ends up destroying most of her relationships and her life starts to fall apart. It's kind of dark, isn't it? Yuri made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came from nowhere. Yuri gently giggles all of a sudden. Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Nate? Low-key though, that actually does sound like an interesting read. If it was real, I would be more than happy to fucking read that book. I would go to a Barnes & Noble immediately and buy it. No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy those kind of stories, so don't worry. I hope so. Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri is into those things. How do you forget? She literally told you this fucking yesterday in game, and you're forgetting already. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. It's just those kinds of stories. They challenge you to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but because they have their own goals or their own philosophy that they believe in. Then suddenly, when you thought you related to the protagonist, they made out to be the naive one for letting their one-sided morals interfere with the villain's plans. I'm rambling, aren't I? You know what? Yuri can ramble about any book she wants, and I will sit there and listen. Not again. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything. Well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. And please stop me if I start talking too much. I really don't think you need to worry. That's just me. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club after all. Well, that's true. In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right? Hell yeah, start reading. Read or Yuri. You don't have to. What are you saying? Just a moment ago you said you were looking forward to it. Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieved the book that I had put into my bag. Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to Yuri's. Yeah. Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. Dude, I'm not gonna lie. Low-key. Yuri might be like the type of girl I would actually like in real life. I won't lie to you. A little nervous, but like, she has a passion for something she really enjoys, and that's what I like to see. As long as they like what they enjoy, that's gonna be good for me. As long as it's something normal, like reading. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. That is, reading in company with someone. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Alright. I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing. Maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri is in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead. Sorry. I would just... Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you? She's just like me, apologizing a lot. I do? I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean... Here, this should work, right? I slide my desk until it's up against Yuri's, then hold my book more between the two of them. I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold the book. I guess this makes it a little difficult to turn the page. Here. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. Finally, we get like a new picture at least. I do the same thing with my right arm on the right side of the book. And that way, I turn the page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips to her side. But in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. Okay, buddy. Okay. We're not doing this, bud. Calm yourself down, my dude. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face, and she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? What am I getting? To turn the page? Sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glance over at Yuri's face once again, or our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. Excuse me. That's okay. You're not as used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do. Since you've been so patient with me. Yeah. Thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Dave, you're still here, dude. If we play Fortnite later, I don't know how much talking I'm gonna be doing if I lose my fucking voice during this one stream reading. Like, my voice is gonna be gone, bro. Instead, I just assume that she's finished the page before me, so I turn by my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. This man. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. I want this, man. Oh yeah, no, I'm good. It was just a funny clip that got me. Hey Yuri, this might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. You think so? How does she? Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways, but she also second guesses all the things that she says and does. Like she's afraid she'll do something wrong. It's not like I can see into your head or anything, but they're kind of reminiscent of some of your mannerisms. I see. Yuri remains silent for a moment. But Nate, that's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her. That's so embarrassing that you think that. Wait, I didn't mean it in a bad way or anything. Sorry, I really didn't know you were self-conscious about that sort of thing. I guess I meant that it's kind of cute. What are you saying all of a sudden? Okay, everyone. I think it's about time we share today's poems with each other. We might not have enough time if we wait too long. Why does Skibidi Toilet have toys now? What? I don't want to think about that right now, Sean. I'm gonna go back to reading. Yuri exhaled, spared from finishing her thought. Is that alright, Yuri? You look kind of down. I'm sorry if you haven't been looking forward to this. It's not... It's fine. Yuri releases her hand from the book, causing it to close on top of my thumb. Alright. I guess I'll do some more reading tonight. Or would you prefer I read it only with you? I guess I don't have too much of a preference either way. In that case, I'll read a little more tonight. It'll be more fun to read with you after it picks up a bit, you know? That's good reasoning. In that case, feel free to finish the first 2 chapters in your own time. Right? Alright. I stand up. I make a mental note of where I left off in the book, then slip it back into my bag. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Yeah. My relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration, so I've never done this before. Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share with? I can't wait. Sari and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sari's is on a wrinkled sheet of a loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica writes hers in a composite notebook. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. Who should I show me? Alrighty. Low-key, this music's kinda nice. Yuri. Yuri seems the most experienced, so I should start with her. I can trust her opinion, to be fair. As Yuri reads a poem, I notice her eyes lighten. Exceptional. What was that? Did I say that out loud? Yuri first covers her mouth, but then ends up covering her whole face. He's going to hate me. No, Yuri, I wrote this poem especially for you. You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri. That's... I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for? Yuri takes a breath. So, what kind of writing experience do you have? Your use of imagery and metaphors indicates you've written a lot of poetry before. Really? No, that's a huge compliment coming from you. This is actually my first time, really. Huh? Yuri stares at me blankly, then looks at my poem again. Well, I know that. Do you? I just mean, Yuri throws off, unable to find an excuse. She traces her finger along the words in the poem as if breaking it down more thoroughly. Yeah. Okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just that there's some specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to God damn it. They tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form-fit the two together. The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stamina is completely gone and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There's so many different skills and techniques that go into writing, even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little biased though. Biased? How? About doing something real quickly. Hold on. Okay. Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself, or to me, or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamingly, as if that's a rare opportunity for her, which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? I can't read this. Ghost under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow. Bathing. It must be this one. The last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green loo of the future. I bathe calm breathing air of the present, but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicken back. Oh, I flicker back. I could not read that to save my fucking life, dude. I'm sorry, I have such terrible handwriting. No, that's better handwriting than I have in real life. What? I wasn't thinking that at all. But it took you a long time to read. It took me a long time to read, not the character. Well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. That's a relief. Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest. Since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghost theory? Actually, the story isn't about ghosts at all, Nate. Really? I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did only glance over after all. But remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences at work. They usually do more than a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive. It's nothing really. Yours was impressive too, so... Nah. Reading Nah, D, your voice came to mind immediately. But that's something you would say. If anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from you. You think so? Yeah, of course. You know, I was really nervous about doing all this, but in the end, I enjoyed it. I'm going to keep doing my best for you, Nate. Me too. Who should I throw my poem to? I gotta go through all of them. Can I save this? Can I skip all this? Alright, let me save real quickly. That was my last autosave. Empty slot. Okay. I gotta do all of them? Okay. Nope, we'll go with the goat next. Nate, if you're not going to take this club seriously, then go home. What? Harsh. What, you're expecting to believe that you actually put effort into this? Do you think I'm stupid? I'm not a writer. Maybe it's not very good, but yeah, I did put in effort. We all start somewhere, right? If you're still proud of the first poem you ever wrote, then I'd like to read it. Hold up. Alright. Painful to think about? Fine. Well, sorry. You'll get better anyway. I tell you what to improve, but you're better off just trying again. Fair enough. Well, to each your own, I guess. Anyway, I gotta share mine now. Yeah, same. Knowing you, you'll probably think it's stupid. Eagles can fly. Monkeys can climb. Crickets can leap. Horses can race. Owls can seek. Cheetahs can run. Eagles can fly. People can try. But that's about it. Low-key, give this a good beat and you might have a fucking rap on your hands. Yeah. I told you that you weren't gonna like it. I like it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be sophisticated and stuff. Yeah, that was a W poem. So people don't even take my writing seriously. Right? And it's actually real, like, it was neatly written so I can actually read that. I struggled reading Yuri's. And now I'm scared for fucking Monica's and Sayori's. But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly. I like when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Preach! Like in this poem, seeing everyone around you do great things can really be disheartening. So I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like I set up for a rhyme at the end, but then made it fall flat on purpose. She really is. I see why you say she's the GOAT, D. Although I don't think she can take Yuri's spot for me. W, Sean. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line. I'm gonna ask if I can get some McDonald's. Alright. So you did. I guess more went into that than I realized. The chef bake make me ready, John Cena. No. I just get, when I go to McDonald's, I just get a 10-piece, a large fry, sometimes a medium, and like a large or medium drink. That's what it's meant to be pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from you. Or from the youngest one here, did you? Yeah, I guess not. I decided to humor her with that last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. Alright. Next. Alright, D, you choose who's next. Do we show Sayori or should we show Monica? Sayori or Monica? Sayori? Alright, bet. Let's see what you got, Sayori. This is a good poem, Nate. Are you sure it's your first time? Of course. It's not that good. Am I the kind of guy who would be writing poems in his spare time? That's low-key real. Like, I don't think I could ever do that. I guess you're right. But that's why it impressed me. Well, to be honest, I was afraid that you wouldn't do it seriously. Or that you would write, or you wouldn't write one at least. I'm really happy that you wrote one. It just reminds me of how you're really a part of the club now. Not to mention the fact that I'm standing in front of you in the club room. Well, of course. I'm not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean I'll break my promise. See? It's like I said before, Nate. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know? Dude, low-key, I know this game is meant to be like a horror, like a dating sim, hiding a horror game in it. But this is actually like teaching me some stuff that I can like use to better myself, really. Like some of the things that these characters say, their mannerisms and stuff. These are things I can point out within myself, and if it's something I like, I can keep. If it's something I need to fix, I can attempt to fix it. I like this. I low-key like this, dude. Trying new things like this for other people. That's something that only really good people do. Thanks, Sayori. I'm not sure if Sayori sees the full picture of my motive here. Then again, I can't deny that she's part of the reason I joined. Knowing how much this means to her and all. Yeah. I'm going to make sure you have lots of fun here, okay? The Korean dating scene. I don't know if I'll do those. The fuck? Oh, I got an Amber Alert. Oh. That will be my way of thanking you. Alright, I'm going to hold that to you then. Yay! Now you read my poem too, right? No worry, I'm really bad at this. We'll see about that. Dear sunshine, the way you glow through my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you missed me. Kissing my forehead to help me out of bed, making me rub the sleeping from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish away the rainy day? I look above, the sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever, but I'm not mad. I want breakfast. Great poem. Fucking beautiful. Sayori. This is just a guess, but... Did you just wait until this morning to write this? No. Just a little bit. You can't answer just a little bit to a yes or no question. I forgot to do it last night. Well, at least that makes me feel a little bit better about myself. Don't be mean. I still tried my best. Yeah. I didn't mean to say that it was a bad poem. It came out nice, or how shall I put it? It sounds just like you. Really? Yeah. Especially that last line. I made eggs and toast. W feet. W eats right there. Granted, I don't eat eggs, but toast, W eats. This is giving off sign of affection vibes. I'm going more for Yuri though. Even though you were late to school. It's bad to skip breakfast. I get all cranky. Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyway, thanks for showing me. This was so much fun. Monica's the best. Yeah. The next time I won't forget. I'm gonna write the best poem ever. Well, I guess I look forward to it. Alright, final poem. Monica, I'm sorry I saved you for last. Hi Nate. Having a good time so far? Yeah. Good. Glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestion for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring up things, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course I'll be afraid to bring things up. I want to see her poem. I want to see if it's a W poem as well. Because we've gotten 3 great ones. Especially Sayori's with the ending, I want breakfast. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Don't worry, Nate. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? But it's that sort of barrier that we'll all learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem. Mm-hmm. Great job, Nate. I was going, oh, in my head while reading it. That's how you know she didn't like it. If you're saying, oh. It's really metaphorical. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. Right? She definitely just like skimmed through that. Wow, it's good. I guess I underestimated you. It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That way it always counts when I put in effort. That's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? But why do you think I wrote it the way I did? Why do you think I got happy when I saw the fucking word suicide? Why do you think I picked suicide in my poem? Because it's for Yuri, not for any of you. Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism, unlike Sayori, who likes using simple and direct words to describe happiness and sadness, Yuri likes it when readers are left to derive their own meanings out of it. It's very challenging to write like that effectively, both allowing people to get something out of it just by feel, or letting them deeply analyze all the nuances. It can take years of practice, which I'm assuming Yuri has at this point. I never really asked though. I'm sure I'm nowhere near her level yet. Don't worry so much about that. You do your own thing. Just keep exploring and learning to try new things. I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. It could take a while before I feel comfortable doing this. That's okay. I'd love to see you try new things. That's the best way to find the kind of style that suits you. Preach! Everyone else might be a little biased toward their own kinds of styles, but I'll always help you find what suits you the most. So don't force yourself to write the way everyone wants you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. Monica, did you not just hear what the hell I said? My ass is trying to impress Yuri. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good. Well, that's cause I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know. Preach. I see. Well, let's read it then. Hole in wall. It couldn't have been me. See the direction the speckle protrudes. A noisy neighbor? An angry boyfriend? I never know. I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No! I can't see. I reel blind like a film left out in the sun. But it's too late. My... retinos? Oh, my retinas! Already scorched with the permanent copy of the meaningless image. It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It was too deep, stretching forever into everything. A hole of infinite choices. I realize now that I wasn't looking in. I was looking out, and he, on the other side, was looking in. Okay, that was honestly, like, that was fucking deep. So, what did you think? It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. It's okay. Yeah, that's the kind of style. Or that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. Kinda nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on the page and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. W advice. Fucking W advice right there. Thanks for listening. Phew. I guess that's everyone. I glanced around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poem could stand up to theirs. This is a literature club after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Sarah and Monica are happily chatting. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper showing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns to the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you just completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple of suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Sarah liked it, and Nate did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me. I appreciate the offer, but I've spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon. Unless, of course, I come across something particularly inspiring. Which I haven't yet. And Nate liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it. Dude, these two are gonna be the main fucking love competitors, I bet. Natsuki suddenly stands up. Oh? I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress a new member, Yuri. Eh? That's not what I... You're just... Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that Nate appreciates my advice more than he appreciated yours. Huh? And how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself? No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Is everything okay? Well, you know what? I was the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as Nate started showing up. Hey, yo! That wasn't unneeded. That was not fucking needed. That's fucking wild, dude. She literally just fucking threw the biggest insult. Natsuki. Natsuki, that's a little... This doesn't involve you. I don't like fighting, guys. Yeah, see, me personally as a guy, I would have left and let them handle it. Well, no. Me being me, I would have tried to stop it. If I couldn't, I'm walking out. Suddenly both girls turned to me, as if they just noticed I was standing there. Nate! She's just trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. If she could get over herself and learn to appreciate that simple writing is more effective, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. What's the point of making your poems all convoluted for no reason? The meaning should jump out at the reader, not force him to figure it out. Help me explain that to her, Nate. Wait. There's a reason we have so many deep and expressive words in our language. It's the only way to convey complex feelings and meanings effectively. Avoiding them is not only unnecessary limiting yourself, it's also a waste. You understand that, right, Nate? Well? How did I get dragged into this in the first place? It's not like I know anything about writing. But whoever I agree with, they'll probably think more highly of me. So of course that's going to be... It's been such a hot minute since I played a visual novel like this. I forgot there's choices to be made sometimes. What with Yuri? Natsuki, you're right that I liked your poem. See? Wait. That's not an excuse for you to be so mean. You shouldn't pick a fight just because someone's opinion is different. That's not what happened at all. Yuri wouldn't even take my poem seriously. I understand, Yuri. You're a seriously talented writer. It's no secret that I was impressed. Well, that's... But here's the thing. No matter how simple or refined someone's writing style is, they're still putting feelings into it, and it becomes something really personal. That's why Natsuki felt threatened when you said her poem was cute. I see. I didn't notice that. I'm sorry. But Natsuki, you took it way too far. Yuri means well, and if you just told her how you felt, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. Are you kidding? That's exactly what I did. It was her that... Natsuki, I think that's enough. You both said some things that you didn't mean. Yuri apologized, don't you think you should too? Natsuki clenches her fist. In the end, no one has taken her side. She's trapped at the point being defiant until can handle. I end up feeling bad for her. Sometimes when I'm hurt, it helps to take a walk and clear my head. Sorry, she doesn't need to. You know what? I'm going to do that. It would spare me from having to look at all your faces right now. Without warning, she snatches her up a poem from the desk and storms out. On her way out, she composes the poem with her hands and throws it in the trash. Natsuki. She really didn't need to do that. I look across the room. Yuri has a chain buried in her hands while she stares down at her desk. I gingerly approach her and sit in the adjacent chair. Everything alright? I'm so embarrassed. I can't believe I acted like that. You probably hate me now. Yuri, nothing can ever make me hate you. No, Yuri. How could anyone not have gotten frustrated after being treated like that? You handled it as well as anyone could. I don't think any less of you. Well, alright, I believe you. Thanks, Nate. You're too kind. That's a flaw of mine in real life, too. I'm thankful to have you as a part of the club now. It's nothing. One more thing. That one thing that Natsuki said about, you know... We talking about titty sizes now! Alright, hold up. I would never do anything so shameful. I've heard that before. Low-key, I think I'm still good right now. I'm fine. But I think low-key, I just got a little hint of disappointment right now. Because I was told this. And I was just a bit reassured by it. But still, I feel like... I'm not gonna get to it on stream. Let's go into it. So, what thing did Natsuki say? Don't tell me you weren't listening to what Natsuki said. Well, never mind that. I'm going to make some tea. Good idea. Make enough for more than one person, okay? Yeah. Okay, everyone. It's just about time for us to leave. How did you all feel about sharing poems? It was a lot of fun. Well, I'd say it was worth it. It was alright. Well, mostly. Nate, how about you? Yeah, I'd say the same. It was a neat thing to talk about with everyone. Awesome. In that case, we'll do the same thing tomorrow. And maybe you learn something from your friends too. So your poem would turn out even better. I think to myself, I did learn a little more about the kinds of poems everyone likes. With any luck, that means I could at least do a better job impressing those I want to impress. I nod to myself with newfound determination. Nate! Ready to walk home? Sure, let's go. Suri beams at me. It truly has been a while since Suri and I have spent this much time together. I can't really say I'm not enjoying it either. Sayori, about what happened earlier. What do you mean? You know, between Yuri and Natsuki? Did that kind of thing happen often? No. That's really the first time I've seen them fight like that. I promise they're both wonderful people. You don't hate them, do you? No, I don't hate them. I just wanted your opinion, that's all. I can see why they'd make good friends with you. Phew. You know, Nate, it's nice that I get to spend time with you in the club. But I think seeing you get along with everyone is what makes me happiest. And I think everyone really likes you too. I've actually been here for an hour and a half in this game. Low-key, this game is actually fun. Every day is going to be so much fun. Looks like Suri still hasn't caught on to the kind of situation I'm in. Sure, being friends with everyone is nice, but does it really need to stop there? My dude. My dude. If you have friends, or you're friends with girls, if it's a good thing, don't try to push your boundaries. You'll just have to see what the future holds, Sayori. I pat Sayori on the shoulder. I said that more to myself than to her, but it's easy to use for Sayori as an internal monologue sometimes. Okay. Well, like for me, in this instance, with Abby and Emily, I would never push my boundaries. Those are my sisters, and I love them like that. No more, no less. End of story. Yeah. Let's do this. Do I gotta write another poem? Okay. Another poem. Let's get this going. Graveyard. Suicide! Rain cloud. Massacre. I'm sorry. I see suicide, I got happy again. I don't know, there's something about, like, it's a poem, so like when it gets deep like that, I just like, I don't know, I like it. Just want to overwrite my save. Thank you. How long have I been here? About an hour and a half. You know, I do gotta say, I'm glad like no one else has actually shown up to the stream aside from like you, Stacy, Sean. Quan was here for a bit, B was here for a second, and that other guy. But yeah, determination, depression, misfortune, unrestrained, alone, left, boop, anxiety, universe, grief, incongruent. I don't know what incongruent means. Who's calling? Oh, it's a scam. Shame. Vertigo. That means to be sick. Scars. Unstable. Tragedy. Doki Doki. I don't think this one is more Yuri based. I think this one's like things. But yeah, I'm gonna save it right here because this is literally like the third day of the game. Oh, it saved right after too. Cool. Main menu. I, I'm gonna load it. I'm gonna load my autosave first and see where it puts me. Okay. Okay, cool. Settings. Main menu. Okay. Well, that's part 1 of Doki Doki Literature Club. I genuinely thought I would never play this game on stream. It wasn't that bad, really. I genuinely enjoyed it. Yeah. I don't know when I'm gonna do the second part. Maybe I'll do it tomorrow. Maybe Wednesday. I don't know. I don't think this is like... This is something I would play off stream, but when I finish it after this. So like another playthrough. Yes. W stream. D, thank you for being here. Sean, I know you were here too. Not my friend wanting to watch the stream and I'm about to end it. I want to see if I can try to download this VOD and then I want to post it to my channel. Hold up. Hold on. Anyways, yeah. W stream. I don't know when part 2 of this game's gonna be. I thoroughly enjoyed it. D, I don't know if you'll join us for it later, but I'll talk to you on the timeline and in messages later on. Peace out, everyone. Have a good Monday. Your boy Nate, signing off.